She had, after infiltrating dark space on a Hawkborough reservation in search of answers regarding the assassination of his parents when he was only a child, Red Talon notices via the facility's security feed that Dark had another superhuman held captive, leading to his objective to shift towards rescuing her. And Red Talon effortlessly fights against hordes of Dark's men as he makes his way to the woman. But upon reaching her, Red Talon is intercepted by one of Dark's very own superhumans, who goes by the name Swordplay. Swordplay immediately notices that Red Talon's fighting style is very similar to Miyoki, who did in fact teach Red Talon all that he knows and was the one that sent him out on this mission. In hearing this, Swordplay takes the opportunity to brag that he is the reason the Order of Talon fell and was on the brink of extinction, as he betrayed them to Dark many years ago, which is the very same order of ninjas that Red Talon was recently inducted into as the only member since they fell. But even with his training, Red Talon is severely outmatched by Swordplay, who kind of has 4 hands to Red Talon's basic 2. But before he can serve Red Talon the killing blow, another superhuman who goes by the name Teleport enters the fight, and although Red Talon doesn't have any idea who he is, anyone who is an enemy of Dark is a potential ally, telling Teleport to free the female superhuman, and he will fend off against Swordplay. And when Teleport frees her, she lets them know her name is Night Eye, who immediately joins the battle against some of Dark's reinforcements. While Teleport fulfills his true objective of laying explosives all around Dark's facility. Once he armed the last one, he rendezvous with Night Eye and Red Talon to teleport them away from the facility. Once they are at a safe distance, they take a moment to formally introduce themselves to each other, as Red Talon suggests they should head to Miyoki's cabin in order to lay low and avoid Dark's men that will come to investigate the facility. Because not long after they left, Dark dispatched 2 other superhumans who go by the names Icetine and Scorcher to investigate the Hawkborough facility, finding Swordplay under the rubble. At Miyoki's cabin, he welcomes them in as they take some time to recuperate after their mission, which Night Eye and Teleport take the moment to share why they are after Dark like Miyoki and Red Talon. For Night Eye, whose real name is Isabel, before she was born, her mother found an ad seeking a surrogate mother. With her mother being in a desperate situation at the time, she took the offer, which turned out to come from Dark, who were paying women to do sick genetic testings on their babies. After her mother's water broke and she was rushing to the hospital, an owl attacked her. The scratch left from the owl triggered something strange to happen to Isabel while in the womb. When she was born sometime after, she had the wings and feather horns of an owl. When Dark heard of her birth, they were sending a squad to take her away, but the mother fled before they could get her. Isabel and her mother went on a run from Dark for 17 years, hiding Isabel's wings with large coats and her horns with hats. But eventually after 17 years, Dark caught up to them, and while her mom was being captured, Isabel ran away and flew through a window for the first time in her life, vowing to one day find her mother. But eventually, she was captured by Dark again. For Teleport, he joined the Navy a while back, and from the get-go, he was a great prospect, earning the opportunity to join the newest Black Ops unit that just so happened to be working with Dark. But ever since his training to join the Navy SEALs, his drill sergeant had a hatred for him. So when it was time to finally join the Black Ops unit, each member had to fake their death and become like a ghost to the world. But for Teleport, his old drill sergeant took the opportunity to shoot him in the head instead of the leg as they orchestrated. But while he laid on the floor of an abandoned shipyard, his rifter abilities awoke and he somehow managed to teleport himself to the hospital. When he got up and fully understood what he was capable of, he decided to use his powers for petty theft and to rob a jewelry store. But he was never able to go through with the plan, as every time he tried to jump to the location, he felt a crippling pain where the bullet left a scar on his head. So after some failed attempts, he just decided to go hunt down Dark instead, with the goal of taking down as many of the facilities. And his first true mission just so happened to get him linked up with Red Talon and Isabel. However, as soon as Teleport finished speaking, Miyoki informed them that he heard and smelled something coming from outside, and it was none other than Icetine, Scorcher, and a whole heap of Dark reinforcements there to settle the score. And things erupt into an all-out brawl. until Teleport and Night Eyes make the call to retreat, jumping to Spirit City. Red Talon was quite upset on the decision, as he believed that his fight with Scorcher would have gotten him the information he needed to know on why the Burning Skull, Scorcher's father, assassinated his mother and father all those years ago. But they tell him to put that aside, as the squad's life was more important than answers in the heat of the moment. And we end this issue with a stranger coming up to them saying, "Well, she had, if it isn't my lucky day. 4 hybrids on the run from Dark, my old enemy. The name's Clax, and if you're looking for someplace safe from Dark, then I'm your guy." In hearing that, Red Talon asks, "How do we know we can trust you?" To which Clax responds, "You don't." And with that, let's put Red Talon issue 2 on our Christian fiction judgment scale. For the story, it's a 4 out of 5 on our judgment scale. I really liked it, as it was a solid read. I like how the flow continued from the previous issue and the introduction of Night Eye and Teleport. They are both pretty cool characters in my opinion to add to the roster. I wonder what they will call the team name eventually though. I doubt it will be the Order of Talon, but I'm curious to know what it'll be called when they form a full team and name themselves. Maybe hybrids? Maybe something like that? I don't know. We'll know probably the next issue. The villains and the whole characterization of Dark are shaping up to be pretty cool. I must say, with Swordplay, Burning Skull, ICT, and Scorcher, so far really seems like a formidable opponent for the heroes. Plus, the continued character development of Thomas has been going along quite solid, and just like last issue, I look forward to see where it continues to go. When it comes to artwork and creativity, this issue is a solid 4 out of 5. Because Brian Dawson's artwork is always solid and lands around 4 out of 5 on our scale. So I got no complaints, character designs, backstory, lettering, everything in between. It was a solid issue. As I stated in our previous review, I'll be omitting our theological basis category for our Red Talon reviews. So lastly, when it comes to my enjoyment and how likely I am to recommend it, it's a 4 out of 5. Definitely a step up from issue 1, and I look forward to see where the series goes in the future. So overall, Red Talon issue 2 by Ken Keller over at Starcross Comics gets a 4 out of 5 from Xplanations. Let me know what you think of the comic based on what was discussed in the comments below. Do you agree with me, or do you have a different take than I do? Link to purchase the comic will be in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, then why not consider leaving a like on it and subscribing for more reviews and coverage of comics neighbor blessing believers. If you enjoyed the video to the point you want to check out another one on the channel, then make sure to click the card at the top right hand corner of your screen to check out our future The Red Talon reviews, or click this video that YouTube thinks you would like next.